started an initiative to call for constructive criticism rather than just "I hate my teacher" on the course evaluations, because apparently some of the teachers got very threatening things that we've had to deal with since then. It is completely unanimous. They don't know who's in it, and it's very protective of things like that. But overall, it was a pretty good success. The next thing that I want to talk about is I met with Advising, who is having their first flight plan meeting on March 20th. What flight plan is, it's taking what was discovered in Out in 4, which was how to graduate in 4 years or how to graduate in 5, 6 years. They come up with several different plans for students that, according to their own track record, of how long they want to take in order to graduate. Obviously, this university pushes for 4 years because it looks better, it makes the university stand out more, etc. The flight plan is expected to meet on March 20th, and basically what that's going to do, it's going to organize a lot of the details, as well as work to deal with some of the new laws with Kentucky in regards to education and what Kentucky wants to see from Advising and from the university. Additionally, Phi Beta Kappa comes at the end of this month, so continue to get excited about that. I think we have a very, very good chance this time, as you can see in all the classrooms, through the technology and learning spaces, committee meetings, how well they've done, especially on DeltNap, and renovating all those rooms. You've got projectors in almost every room now, as well as computers and new stands, etc. Makes it look a lot better on campus. If you have any questions about Phi Beta Kappa, never hesitate to send me an email, and I'll get you any information I can about it. Finally, the Student of the Month this month was awarded to the top fundraiser of ULDM, and I'll speak on how that all came about in the APB report.
Thanks, Student Services Vice President John Miller.
All right. My report's kind of lengthy, but it's up on Blackboard, so you can check that out when you get a chance. For those of you who have not been to the province recently, the guardhouse has been installed. It's been like that for a while. I just have not announced it. And then also the lighting upgrades that we've talked about from the lighting survey that we did, some of them have gone into place, some of them have not. They've at least upgraded lights on campus for Phi Beta Kappa, and they will also, it's been communicated to physical plant to begin the construction of the others. I talked with Cardinal Town and some of those restaurants. They're excited for the possibility of being on the meal plan. I think that's going to be a little bit different from a pure off-campus meal plan, since we can argue that they're on campus. And then also we're working with Qdoba to have that stay open 24 hours. I also talked about BW degrees going in there. It looks like that may not happen now because they don't think that there is significant demand from students. So if that's something that you all would like to see, please let me know. And we can either feel free to do a resolution on it. They recommended that, or if that's just something that you all support, then I can send an informal endorsement before I meet with the Cardinal Town developer. And we're also publicizing the new meal plan options, just because we got a lot of pushback last year that people didn't know what they were going to get into in the upcoming year. With parking, the Hertz rental car program, we talked about that too. That will be implemented in the fall, and we're in the final stages of putting all of that together now. Also, I'm not sure, something else I'm not sure if I had announced or not, but you will be able to park in the intramural lot after 5 p.m. without a parking pass, so that people, parents, refs, and participants without a parking pass will stop getting ticketed. Also, this is something that we can talk about afterwards if you'd like to come up to me. But I spoke with Larry Owsley about the bike shelters that we've talked about in the past, and they want to put some in. They just don't know how many and where. So if you have any recommendations as to where those should go, please let me know. We can get those in pretty quickly. I'm not sure how long it takes to install, but we've already started with some, and we or if you all see it in me. And then also, we talked with the executive director of TARP to try to get a bus stop at least at 5th and Market. So when you're coming back to campus from the arena, you'll A, know where you are, and B, get out of the wind and the cold. And also put in Cardinal logos on there so you know you're in the right place. I'm not exactly sure if they're going to do that, but if so, we'll expand it to the new routes on HSC and as they go on through Eastern Parkway. Those are the main points. Like I said, the rest, the detailed report is up on Blackboard. And talk to me after about some of those things if you have any feedback.
Chief of Staff Billy Garland.
Unfortunately for everybody, because Sana spent so much time talking about what the staff's doing, y'all don't have to put up with me very long. A couple other things to let you know about. We will be doing another international focus group, focusing on the international community at the university as well as diversity. Last semester, you may remember we had a fairly successful one, which went really well. We developed quite a bit of good results from that. This time we tried to expand it, and we, instead of just calling it purely an international focus group, it's also being labeled as a diversity focus group, which hopefully will encompass more people, and the results will likewise affect more people. And then from that, I mean, you heard a lot of the stuff Sana talked about that we'll be doing, and we can always bring more clarification. A lot of the marketing that will go up for some of those events you just heard about will hopefully be launched tomorrow or by the end of this week. And then finally, the last piece of really what I'm working on right now is getting ready for transition. My various teams are compiling all the work that they've done over the past year. The communications team is getting together all the records of how they put together their videos, how they put together their graphics, how they got everything, and trying to put together a good archive of that for the next administration, whoever they may be, so that they're not trying to reinvent the wheel. But the biggest piece of this transition that we're doing is we're going to send an invitation to whoever, we know the majority of the next administration right now, but whoever heads it up, we're going to be extending an invitation to them to meet with us and Cardinal as well, to start that kind of a conversation happening now instead of waiting until next year for the Cardinal to have to try to figure out who the administration is, how do we get a hold of them, and also to make sure that the overlap between some of their special issues that they will be doing going forward and some of the SGA events that we definitely need to have covered, that doesn't happen. We also hope to achieve what the Senate asked for earlier on the semester, actually I believe it was last semester, about having the student loan published in the Cardinal. We've been disappointed with, because of the way that their regime has changed so many times over the course of the year, we haven't been able to accomplish that. But we have it on good authority that through this kind of mediating, getting the next administration to talk, that we may be able to work that out for the coming years so that we can see that as a result. But otherwise, that's pretty much it.
Next, we'll move to the reports of councils. Arts and Sciences President Allison Hunter.
Sure. We finished our art show last week, and we were pleased with the record number of entries. We had over 219 pieces submitted. We averaged about 200 people a day coming through, so 800 for the week, and almost 630 student votes for the Student's Choice. So it was a very successful week, and thank you for all of those that came out to support and got to check it out, and I really appreciate everybody's help.
College of Business President Emily Baldock.
We are currently working on getting council apparel for Pride, and we're also planning house lunch.
School of Education President Justine Huffman.
The College of Education will be having a luncheon with the dean on Tuesday, March 22nd. That is the Tuesday right after spring break, and it will be from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the lobby of Education, and free Qdoba will be provided. I think we're having the Naked Burrito Bar, so good food. We'll also be giving away 20 free t-shirts to the first 20 students at the luncheon, along with 5 free live tech software to the students that are in College of Education. We're going to do a raffle for that as well. We're also looking to have a booth at the Relay for Life with our council hosting that, giving away free drinks as well.
Music President Nick Poppe. Does someone have his report? Speed School President Mike Shane.
I'll be giving his report today. Engineering Exposition was held on March 5th. The event was a huge success with over 400 people in attendance. Also, the Dean's Search Committee has submitted their final report for the Provost. Our annual Engineers Ball will be held at the Louisville Science Center from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. on, I don't remember the day, March 26th. That's it.
Nursing School President Cameron Lewis.
NSC just finished. We did a t-shirt fundraiser, and we're also planning our end of the year event. I think we're going to have it at the Red Barn on the Belknap campus, which will be good for us because we're usually on this campus. So, and we're also trying, before our term's in, we're trying to incorporate our students in Owensboro, which is where we kind of like a little satellite campus. So we're trying to incorporate them more into the things we do.
Next, we'll move to reports of boards and standing committees. SGA Supreme Court Chief Justice Alex Fromeyer. For Executive Board, we met last week and we discussed the Student Organizations Board bylaw revision, which we'll discuss in new business. Academic Policy Board Chairman, Academic Vice President Curtis Bizell.
Just kind of discuss the Student of the Month. We voted to give it to the top fundraiser of ULDM, so that's our month of March Student of the Month, and it passed with the required amount through emails. Additionally, with that, I'm going to try to make that a yearly initiative. I think it's good for SGA to start building partnerships with several of the RSOs. So I might want to, one of the last resolutions of the year, possibly, if you want to make yourself stand out, come talk to me. It should be a very simple one. So, thanks.
Senate Appropriations Committee Chairman Mike Shane. Does someone else have this report?
We had 5 requests today, so we'll go over them in new business.
Senate Development Board Chairman Travis Galt. They're in a meeting right now, so we'll move on to Student Organization Board Chairman Ben Donlin.
Yeah, well, all he told me was I meant to say that Cass no one's concerned.
Don't worry on me. That's what I
Senate Facilities Committee Chairman Abby Smith. There's no board. Okay. SAB Liaison Ben Donlin.
For that, he just said thank you for everyone who came out to the graduate school dinner day.
Safety and Parking Committee Chairman Senator Dix. Does someone else have his report? Okay. Spirit and Traditions Committee Chairman Cody Groddick.
I sadly missed my meeting today. It was at 6:30. I arrived around that time. But if anything, we will be redoing the Gen 101 handbook. This is the Card Strong handbook. Those of you who have seen it, we're going to be kind of downsizing it, making it a little more interesting for students, adding some of the kind of, let's call them forgotten, traditions like, say, the Dairy Castle Walk. I'm not sure if any of you have been on that, but that was an older tradition. We're going to try to bring some things back, as well as adding or rewriting some new cheers. So this way, freshmen coming in, they're going to have cheers that they can memorize, come to the games, and have them, and throughout the years. So, that's that.
Sustainability Committee Chairman Deepa Patel. Student Engagement Committee Chairman Kelsey Smithson.
We have not met this week.
Sorry.
We have not met.
Okay. I will move on to new business then. I'll give Paul Nick the floor for the SOB bylaw revision.
All right, cool. So with SOB, 4 weeks ago now, we went over the bylaws and revised a lot of them to make them coincide more with what we've been doing all along and what makes sense in the face of changing student affairs staffing. So there are just some basic simple replacements in there, like I replaced some old references to people who no longer exist with Julio Nimbo's new position. I talked a lot about making it easier for students to come back from probation and from suspension, or organizations to do that, so that they can continue being active on campus. I brought it in line with appropriations bylaws that say they can still request funding when they're on probation but not suspended. And that was most of the stuff. There was only one thing in there that you might actually want to think about, and I want any input you all might have as well on this. But a lot of times we have student organizations that lapse into probation and into suspension that no one ever reclaims. And they sit there on the books, but nothing ever happens. So I put in there that if someone or an organization has been delinquent for a set amount of time, I believe I said 3 semesters, then a list would be published so that students can come in and take over that RSO. Since we have a copy of all their constitutions, they're ready-made to run. We just need people to do it. And I think that would help improve student engagement on campus. But any questions for any of that? Sound good?
I love the question, but I really appreciate Or so